Yo, what up, y'all? Randy, Rude Boy Brown, and we're back again with another episode of the Tiny Octagon. And today we have a very, very special guest. I want to introduce you guys to the founder of Hypeland, MMA enthusiast, kickboxing enthusiast, and overall just dope human being. You know what I mean? John Bentley.
What up, you guys?
Yeah. So, yo, what up, man?
Randy?
Yo, I don't know.
Randy, my friend, he ain't never introduced me like that.
I'm like, yo, I'll talk to this nigga, man. It's Jordan, just Jordan, the people, the Root Gang.
One day I'm gonna go out and I'm be like, hey, damn, Randy, man, can you give me that intro one time real quick?
But yo, we here in the Tiny Octagon, bro. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Hey, look, last time I was in the octagon with you, bro, I got my ass whipped, bro. You gotta drop some pictures of my butt. Look at this from that.
Yo, you know what's funny? There was a kid that was a fan of yours, right? Uh-huh. And he loves all your brands and all the stuff that you do. And he saw that because I reposted it, right? Uh-huh. Reposted when you posted the bust lip and everything, and then he was like, bro, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that to Jordan, bro. It's like, yo, because in his mind, he thought we really had on a full-on hard sparring session. He was like, bro, you outweigh him, bro. Like, why would you do that? He was like hurt about it. I'm like, nah, man. I was like, yo, that's my friend, man. We were just moving around. He was like, nah, bro, that's fucked up. He was like upset. I'm like, damn.
He's like, I'm following you. He probably sent me a screenshot like, man, I'm ride or die, bro. Hypeland until I die, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the people love you, bro. The people really do. We got some tough fights. We got Makhachev versus Sarukin. Those two fought already. And we also got Merab Davishvili versus Nurmagomedov. And I mean, Umar Nurmagomedov is a beast. He's been coming up and he's super dangerous, super dynamic. He can do everything. The dude could strike, the dude could grapple. And I'm just kind of, full disclosure, Merab is the homie. I would love to see Merab win. I'm just gonna say that. You know what I mean? I would love to see Merab do it, but.
He definitely has a skill set to win though.
He does, but man, Nurmagomedov is such a clean striker, those spin kicks, and he's just a better striker, I think, and he can wrestle. So if he neutralizes the wrestling, what happens? I think he could chin Merab, and I'm hoping that's not the case. You know?
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. All it takes is one, though.
Yeah, for real. But before we even get into this, before we even get our picks going on, let's just chat a little bit, man. Let's chat about, I know you've been kickboxing lately. Mm-hmm. You know, you've been training. You've always been training, but recently you re-signed up to a kickboxing gym. Mm-hmm. And what's that experience been like?
Shoot. Oh, well, you would take me there. Like, I'm like, I mean, honestly, man, it's been so nice, bro. Like, I've been out of shape for like the last probably year because I tore my calf in February and that's when I stopped training. It was like crazy. Like I went to Thailand in like January and I was like, all right, I'm about to start taking like Muay Thai and like kickboxing seriously. Mm-hmm. Instead of going to sparring one day, I went to go play basketball. I tore my calf and it was like, you should have just went to go spar. Like it's like. So I don't know, so it's been nice to just kind of get back into it, get back in shape. Like, I don't see how y'all train every day, bro. I'm super sore. It's been like week number 1. I hate to say new year, new me, but it's like, bro, my body's tired. My chest hurts from laughing. Like, it's just like holding pads for people should be hurting. This is like, I forgot how that is, but it's been nice though, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun though, isn't it? It's one of those things where you feel like it's necessary. Yeah, this is weird, right? Passing it back and forth. You know what I mean? I'll keep my mic. How about I just
No, right? Don't do that.
But anyway, so like I think that you get used to it, obviously, training, and your body kind of just adapts after a while. So you're not putting out exerting yourself as much as you normally would if you're doing it like once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the more consistent you are, that shit will get better for sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to work on it, trying to do like this shit, like take creatine, take protein, like make sure I'm getting enough sleep, like just doing all the health stuff, eating enough food, like taking all like the natural holistic stuff like ginger and turmeric and shilajit and sea moss and I don't know, just doing what I can to be like healthier and just stronger overall. Honestly, lifting weights and stuff too, which has been made a big difference.
For sure. Sleeping is a game changer, bro. Sleeping properly and sleeping the right time. I got this mouth tape too, so I'm like breathing through your nose.
I've seen that,
gives
bro.
you more. It's like oxygenates your blood more. Gives you like 20% more oxygen in your blood or whatever. So I just been using that, and I'm telling you this.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like I have like such bad sinuses that I would die if I tried mouth tape.
You ain't gonna die. It seems like that. Like you'll be all right.
I feel like I would definitely like just be out of here.
And you could breathe through it. Think about if you're sleeping and you stop breathing, you know you're just gonna wake up, right?
I don't know about that one, bro. I don't want to take the risk, bro. I'll let you leave that for me, bro. I'm not doing it.
Man.
I low-key want to fight this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? You take a fight?
I've been saying to myself, yeah, at least maybe like a PKB or like some kind of like amateur, no full contact, maybe like no elbows type.
I think you should. I think you'd be fine if you did.
I honestly think I'd be fine to fight now if I was in better shape. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think you would. I mean, being
at
that
least a PKB, I feel like I'm not losing a PKB. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
if I have to fight at like 145 though, or 155.
Yeah. 45, even 55, I can see you doing that. I mean, being that I've moved around with you and sparred with you.
Hurt somebody though.
I think you'd be fine.
145?
I think you'd be fine.
I thought I would hurt somebody.
Yeah. That's the point.
Man,
that's the objective.
But yeah, that's my goal by the end of it. I mean, before the end of this year, probably summertime, like take some kind of fight.
I would let me train you. Let me train you, and then we fucking let's do it. YouTube series. Let's do it.
Bro, I mean it.
I swear to God.
I'll call a meeting right now.
Let's go. I swear to God.
Y'all heard it here first. Accountability.
You know what I wanted to ask you, right? So, I wanted to ask you, do you think that, like, I know you're big into anime, right? I mean, Hypeland, you guys create some dope clothing, you know, and the art and the visuals are fucking dope.
Thank you.
And most recent being the One Piece that y'all dropped was fucking amazing. Now, I've always noticed, like, people in MMA, a lot of MMA fighters, they're big on anime, most of them.
Yeah.
Do you think the anime, growing up and watching anime kind of influences like fight styles and the way people fight and that kind of stuff, and influence them to kind of like want to fight?
So I don't think it influences fight styles because I feel like the way they fight in anime is so unrealistic.
Yeah.
You're not gonna power up in the, like, can you imagine like
Adesanya
up, like,
did.
Goku in the middle of the fight? He ain't doing that. I mean, maybe if you're beating somebody up already, sure, but like, I feel like anime is like the introductory piece to like MMA or like interest into like fighting. Like that's how I got it. Like I did karate as a kid because I liked like watching like dudes like Rock Lee or like people fight in anime.
Yeah.
And plus there's a lot of like anime martial arts. It's like everybody likes Dragon Ball Z. Goku and like Krillin were like the best martial artists. You know, Naruto, Ninja, they do martial arts also too. So I definitely think it's an introduction, but I don't think people actually are like influence them like for like actual fighting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, now what do you feel about is there a bridge to like anime and fashion or style?
Now it is, yes. Well, you know what I want to say now it is. It's always been, honestly. When you look at like older animes like a Bleach or like a Yu Yu Hakusho or even like old Dragon Ball, you had shows like, what's that show that, Nana. There's a lot of old anime where the mangaka, the people who created the show, are really into fashion. It's like Nana is like, you see tons of Vivian Westwood references in the show. In Bleach, they're like dressed super stylistically. You'll see them wearing like crazy fire bomber jackets and just like good taste and style overall. I mean, it's coming from Japan, bro. It's like one of the most stylish countries, to me, in my opinion, in the world. Just like you go there, it's like grandmas and like little kids that are just dripped out and like just good fits. They just have like a good fashion sense overall. Kind of similar to like New York, but I feel like on like an average basis, people just kind of dress better out there. So I think like there's always been this connection, but nowadays more than anything else, especially in American culture, I feel like there's more of a direct tie with anime and fashion just because people are like, one, a lot more open to anime. They've been educated on it. They see it a lot more. There's obviously like brands like mine that allow you to like wear your like anime fandom, but in a different way that's not so like, I want to like scare the hoes for lack of a better word. But it's like I like One Piece, but it's like I can wear this like cool belt and like represent the fact that I like this. So I think now more than ever that there's a lot of there's just a lot of stuff for you to express yourself in different ways. And I feel like consumers are smarter too, so they're looking for things like that really represent them. Agreed.
Now, being that anime, personally, I do think that anime influences, maybe not a fight style, but fighting. Like fighters, for some reason, fighters love anime. Because there was always a little bit of inspiration where, like you said, Rock Lee. For me, watching Naruto growing up, Rock Lee was for me, it was Rock Lee and Gaara. You know what I mean?
Gaara was my favorite character growing up,
right?
bro.
I mean, I got the Gaara eye tattooed up there,
really?
like, you know.
Oh, you got the little
yeah,
too.
I mean,
that sand cough in that first episode when he pops up in the forest, bro, hanging upside down, bro.
Crazy, bro.
Cold.
And then the crazy how he wanted to come back and kill Rock Lee at the end of the fight in the hospital. He was sick, right? But anyway.
Bro, he said, I'm right back. Gaara was black, bro. He said, I'm sitting in the back bro.
But I feel like what my point was I was getting to is that if you look at, you know, a guy like Rock Lee, I feel like Rock Lee influenced so many fighters, I think, and just because of the attitude of, hey, well, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna grind and I'm gonna work and I'm never gonna give up, having that attitude, that spirit, that warrior spirit. And I think that fighters kind of like that, you know what I mean? And fighters kind of can relate to that. So you look at a guy like Adesanya, like hitting the Rock Lee pose in between his fights or at his face-offs and stuff like that. Now, it's hard to say that fashion itself hasn't creeped into, you know, influencing fighters, influencing MMA, if anime has, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like fighters kind of are now, even more, now more than ever, now that it's more popular, MMA is more, anime is more acceptable. Maybe there's more of an influence in style and stuff like creeping into MMA now. What do you feel about that?
So I don't know. So like that's what I'm saying. I think like stylistically, I can say like you said, I think you have guys like Israel Adesanya or even like Michael Venom Page does it sometimes. And I think there's another fighter who like came in like a full Koski drip. I don't know bro's name. Or even like Steven Thompson. He likes Naruto a lot. Like I know there's a ton of fighters that like anime. The reason why I say I don't think it like meshes as much as people think. I think it's like more of like a hidden thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like for a long time, anime was one of those topics where it's like a little taboo. It's like either you love it or you hate it, or you don't know about it. But if you don't know about it, then you kind of like are on that side of you hate it. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk about it. It's not. It wasn't deemed as cool. It's like, you know,
running through the
girls
hallway.
away. You run through, yeah, exactly. It's like you see the guy that's doing a triple jump on the wall. People assume that that's you, like Sonic running or Naruto running. I think a lot of people like anime, and that's like a big undertone, and like you said, the work ethics is consistent, especially when you talk about like a Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, where it's like the people are grinding and like really working hard to be number one, and there's like this grit that you see amongst all the shows. I think there's a lot of influence like that, but I would say like it's different. I feel like anime is so different than like fashion in relation to MMA, because it's like one is like a direct translation or not. It's like you can be a fan of a show, but not be like outward about it.
Yeah.
But like if you're in fashion, it's like I see how you're dressed. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just like it's a little different in that sense. But I definitely think that there's some influence. But I wouldn't say like only thing I don't agree with is I don't think it inspires like styles directly.
Yeah.
Unless you're like maybe like an MVP who's just like maybe like a showboaty type of like people. Like I think that's where you see the anime stuff kind of come out. But in a serious fight, it's like, could you imagine Alex like doing like an anime emote?
No, I can't.
It's like, bro, it's like
I can't imagine him doing an emote. I mean, honestly, he did emote. You know, he knocked him out and was just like, hey.
that was a sad fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like, this is what you have to fight. This is what y'all talking about.
I'm like, bro, I've never seen somebody get kicked in the nuts, tell him, nah, stop, and then one punch just
knock him out.
It's like, come on, bro.
And then Jamal just doesn't ease up online, bro. Doesn't ease up.
I think even like, honestly, I would have liked to see Khalil fight Jamal. I feel like that'd be a good.
I agree.
Like that'd be a good fight. I feel like Khalil takes that also too. But that's
You think so?
Yeah, I just feel like he's just such an explosive fighter. I honestly granted, I haven't seen Jamal fight enough, but I'm just not too like sold on his ability. Like I haven't seen any fights where I've just been like, wow, Jamal has displayed this like crazy skill set. Like even striking, people talk about him as this great striker, and he's a good striker. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I look at like dudes like Israel Adesanya, great striker. Even Alex, the way he strikes is great. Even Yuri is like, I don't think I wouldn't consider him a crazy striker, but even his like striking style is like very just different. Jamal, I've just never seen him and been like, oh my God, like you just.
It's meat and potatoes, and it's his stand-up, it's his boxing, right? Yeah. He uses primarily boxing. I think he has a good skill set. It's not out of this world, but I do think he has a great skill set, and I think he got a great opportunity and took advantage, you know what I mean, and became world champion. Does he compare to Adesanya? Does he compare to like the higher elite strikers? I don't think so, but I do think that he's solid. I do think he's legit, but I don't think that he is, when it comes to striking alone, I don't think he's like
he's not a slouch at all.
No, the top of, but he's not. But he ain't, for lack of better words, he ain't no bitch.
No, absolutely not.
I
think this is my thing with like MMA and even with training like kickboxing and doing more stuff lately. It's like I find that a lot of people who are good at MMA or even kickboxing sometimes are either more kickers, they're either more wrestlers, sometimes they be great at jiu-jitsu, but people really don't be having like crazy fire striking like that.
No.
Like you look at like some of the best UFC fighters, like I'll even argue this, the Dominic Reyes-John Jones fight when it was stand-up, I think John Jones lost that fight. Granted,
a lot of people thought so, yeah.
He's a
I agree.
champion,
I agree.
Like, I think he got outstruck, and Dominic Reyes is not even known as a striker, but you have someone like John Jones who's such a great wrestler, he's like such a smart fighter where it's like, yeah, he's not gonna lose to most people, but it's like stand-up striking. Is he
the best?
Is he the best?
No, not. But I've had this conversation yesterday, and also you got to realize styles make fights.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And if you look at John Jones isn't the best striker.
No,
he makes amateurish mistakes in the way that he moves, but he can do it because he's used to that style. He's been fighting that style.
Yeah.
He understands his body. he can put it together the best out of everyone. Is he the best striker? No. Is he the best wrestler? No. Is he the best jiu-jitsu player?
He's
No.
a damn good wrestler though.
But he's pretty good.
Damn good, yeah.
But even in the Stipe fight, there were moments in that fight where I'm looking like, damn, bro, like he's turning away, like I'm like, you might get, you're gonna get cracked, you know, like careful, like, but he can do it, you know, he can do it, and he's fearless, and he believes in his moves. He's not gonna second guess what he throws, and that's what makes him the best.
Yeah.
You know, he's confident in himself, and he puts it together well, and he knows when to do it. You know, so in MMA, you don't have to be the best at one thing, and that's what makes MMA unique, and that's what makes it good. Because look at a guy like Aljamain, for instance, right? Aljamain doesn't have the best striking, right? But I've seen him outstrike from pretty fucking good strikers that I've seen, like Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera was a kickboxing and Muay Thai demon. I used to watch him on the local scene, like tear people the fuck up. And then I thought Aljamain was just gonna take him down, submit him. He full on struck with him, spinning back fist him, like, and he beat him up on the feet, right?
Yeah.
And I was shocked, you know. But that's why MMA is so great.
Yeah,
because you don't have to be really good at one thing. It's you mix it up and create your own style, and that's what makes you good.
It's so interesting too, because even when you talk about like just striking and just how different styles make everything, it's like you even look at that Khalil Alex fight. Going back to that, it's like Khalil's a great striker, great Muay Thai person. You look at it on paper, it's like a good matchup. It's like, yes, he gave Alex a tough time, but it's like then you rewatch that fight a little slower, it's like Alex spacing was just better. It's like, yes, he's much bigger than him, but it's just like you would think like Khalil will be training in Thailand. And the first time I went to Thailand last year, he was at the Yakao gym the same exact time as me. I had no idea who he was, just big black dude just training with all these little Thai guys. People taking pictures. I'm just like, no clue. Then fast forward, he fighting Alex, but I'm just like, dang, like, you look at those styles of the fight, it's like you would think on paper, it's like, oh, banger of a fight. Or even like the Jamal Hill fight, or even some of these fights. But then it's like, I think Alex's closest fights have been like the Yuri fight, where it's like you making it messy. It's not just striking. It's not, you're like negating all these tools that you have that you're great at. You know what I'm saying? You
can choose in fights, you can choose, especially at the highest level, you can choose to make the fight an MMA fight, nasty, or you can choose to make it a clean striking fight. But at the end of the day, your opponent, his style is gonna dictate that.
Yeah.
Right? Both your stuff, but you guys can have, if he wants to stand there and be pretty and both you guys are just striking, he may oblige.
Yeah.
But then it's up to one of you guys to say, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm gonna get in there and make it nasty.
You're trying to win though, bro. I like from a fan perspective, I get everybody that's like, oh man, I wanna just see striking all the time. Don't get me wrong, you go watch ONE FC if you just wanna watch people strike, but I don't know, like even like what's the fight recently? Sean O'Malley fought Merab recently, and it's like, and he lost, and it's like I wasn't even surprised at that. It's like Merab is not going to. It's like, Sean, you're bigger than him, and you're a great striker.
Yeah.
Why would he come and play your game?
Yeah. That's the path to victory.
It's like it's like even like people get boo him for wrestling. It's like, bro, I don't care if you boo me.
Yeah.
Beat me at my game.
Yeah, that's the culture of the sport.
Who's the better fighter
though.
overall? Not who's the better boxer, not who's the better striker. It's like, if I can submit you in jiu-jitsu, you gonna win. It's like even like the Dickerus and Duplessis and the Izzy fight.
You call him Dickerish?
Yeah, isn't his name like Dickerus Duplessis or some shit? Isn't it Dickerus Duplessis?
Dricus Duplessis.
Oh, my bad, Dracus.
Hey, don't worry. I used to call it. I call him on the pod.
Dracus.
I call him Dricus Duplexis. Driscus Duplexis.
Driscus?
Yeah, that's what I used to call him, but it's Dricus Duplessis.
Yeah.
You see, I add the little Duplessis.
I'm not reading all that, little bro.
Oh man.
You know, you look at that fight. It's like Izzy had some great rounds, and it's like you get submitted. It's like, are you gonna win? You gonna lose your belt or no?
Yeah, it's fair. So here's the thing. But the average fan wants to see. Even as a fighter myself, I can appreciate the grappling. I can appreciate all that stuff. But as of late, I kind of want to see an exciting fight. I don't know if I'm just like desensitized now. I want to go watch jiu-jitsu. I'll go watch jiu-jitsu. I don't want to see two guys just rolling around doing jiu-jitsu. We're fighting. I want you to punch him in the face. I want you to elbow him. I want you to hurt him. But that's most casual fans as well. But here's the thing. For me, let me give you a better analogy, right? I put this on a pedestal. If I watch two technicians go at it, that's on a pedestal for me. That's the top of the top. And they're like fucking going back and forth, beautiful striking, and they have a high skill set. It's a high level fight. I love that. And it doesn't have to be, rock'em sock'em or anything like that, right? And I think that's the highest level of MMA. Takedowns are involved, grappling is involved, striking is involved, and everything's really high level. That's the best it's gonna get. You look at a guy like Nate Landwehr, who's just biting down and swinging. It's all hooks. Cody No Love, it's all hooks. You know what I mean? Hook, hook, hook.
Just swinging.
Do I love that? I kind of do. I kind of do. But I want to. That's when I see an MMA fight. When I turn on and I watch an MMA fight. When I turn on the TV, that's kind of what I'm expecting to see. Blood. I'm expecting to see dudes go at it, and I'm expecting to see someone get finished.
Yeah.
But for me, yes, the high level shit, the skill set, I want to see that. But more often than not, what's gonna get the bloods pumping, what's gonna get get me excited is gonna be two motherfuckers that are just gonna meet in the center, and they're gonna be like, yo,
the max shit.
They're gonna be like, yo, let's do this shit.
Yep.
Let's do this shit, but it takes two to tango, so it's gonna take another guy to agree to that. But that's more often than not what people wanna see, and that's what the sport has become. That's even incentivized by the speech that we get prior to going to fight. There's a fighters only speech that we get.
Oh, really?
Dana comes in the back.
I'm like,
separates you from the coaches.
Right
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he knows. We all know that. All right. And then, he talks to you and everyone say, hey, you can win these bonuses. These are the bonuses. These are how much the bonuses are. You can win them all. Go out there and get your money.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody tell me that right
Yo, so you like, yo, I'm gonna go get this bread. So yo, are you gonna go out there and fucking hug somebody's leg? Are you gonna go out there and lay on somebody on the cage knowing that you got an extra bonus? You can potentially win $200,000 in fucking bonuses?
Tax free or what?
No, you're gonna pay taxes, right? But you're still on top of your purse. On top of your purse, that may cover your taxes. So your whole purse may you may be able to pocket your whole purse. You know what I'm saying? So yo, if someone's telling you that, are you gonna go out there and just lean on the cage on somebody? Are you gonna go out there and just shoot a double leg on somebody? Nobody wants to see that.
But I mean, you got some people who just have that style. Like, what is Brody with the cleft flip and the 170?
Oh, you're talking about Hamzat.
Hamzat.
But Hamzat is also exciting.
Dog, though.
He's exciting.
He's a dog, bro.
He's finishing people. He ain't just going out there and holding you.
I mean, what was that? Who was he fighting when we were out there in Vegas? Was it when he fought Usman? I think it was.
Yeah.
That was a great fight too, and it was like you was dogging.
Two more rounds, Usman would have won that.
2 more rounds, and he would have knocked him out. To be honest with you, because round 3 was looking real. Close.
That was a great fight. I wanted to ask you about fashion and MMA. Let's go back double back to fashion and MMA. Compared to other sports, other mainstream sports like NBA, NFL. Where do you rank the UFC fighters when it comes to fashion? Do they have that sense of style, or do they? And obviously, style is subjective, right? So. Do you think that they got it or what?
So like you said, style is subjective. I think if we're gonna compare I guess professional leagues that fits, I think that MMA would probably be on the bottom for me.
Yeah.
In comparison to the NFL or the NBA. But I will say the reason why I say it's on the bottom is because I don't think there aren't as many big guys in MMA that get the shine to show or a platform to show fashion. There's not really so much incentive to have a stylist because you're only watching Usman walk out or walk in the thing. You're only watching Alex walk out. You watch the main acts, but you don't get to see the regular guy coming in the tunnel. There isn't, at least to my understanding, there isn't a tunnel where MMA fighters can showcase their style or anything of that nature.
There is, but you got to be on the main card, co-main event, main event.
Yeah, so it's you get 6 fighters to do that. Versus the NBA, it's a team of 10, 20 people.
Well, do you think those 6 fighters have a responsibility to kind of, level up instead of coming in just some Venom hoodie and some shades?
So this is my thing as an athlete. I think that MMA for me, I think that you have some people who are great stylish fighters. You have Usman, I think used to come in suits and be dressed up and be real extravagant. I think he had a Black Panther fit on one time. That was pretty iconic. Conor sometimes always comes in the suits. He has the fuck you suit that I think he wore that one time that was pretty fire on the pinstripes. But I don't think that there's a lot of MMA fighters that are really taking on that responsibility of being super fashion forward. But I think that the reason why I think that though is because I feel when you look at fighting in nature or just being an athlete in nature, you're in tracksuits all the time. It's when are you getting dressed? It's if I'm training all day and I'm tired, I'm gonna put on a tracksuit. It's when you're going to the gym, you're not putting on a fit to go to the gym right now, especially when it's 30 degrees in New York.
I might.
To go to the gym?
I might,
You're throwing on a tracksuit, bro.
Listen, I put that shit on, so I might.
Insert the SpongeBob sound. It's the.
I don't.
No, I'm not saying you don't put it on. I'm saying but I feel your average athlete isn't getting dressed like that.
No, it's true. Most of the time, you're training 2 to 3 times a day. It's you're not dressing up to go to the gym. You're just gonna just fucking throw on whatever. There's times where you just pull on sweats. You don't care, and you just go to the gym.
And I think like, and then I say in relation to like other sports like the NBA and NFL, like not to bring up money, but I feel like NBA and NFL players make a lot more money than an NFL. than an MMA fighter. So then they can invest in stylists. They can get pools. They can get people to like do good photos. And
but you don't need a stylist, honestly, for the most part.
You don't. I
a lot of people don't. But some people do, but most people don't.
Dressers got stylists though, because even like someone like Shea has a great taste.
Yeah.
He's like arguably one of the best dressed NBA players. But I know he has a stylist that probably helps him do stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know he has somebody that helps him pull things also too. It's like, yes, he probably has his own great taste, and he doesn't have somebody dress him all the time. But there are definitely people like, when you especially when you compare them to like rappers and like musicians, it just makes your life easier to be able to shop and find clothes. I just feel like MMA doesn't have that resource, but also the UFC doesn't like give a platform where it's like, hey, look, like we encourage that kind of stuff.
Well, actually, on the contrary, there was one UFC fighter that tried. It's Joseph Benavidez.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm here. I'm gonna show you a few outfits, right? And you tell me. I mean, this used to be, the UFC kind of collabed with it, and they used to show like, all right, dapper scrappers when the fighters arrive, you know, who had the best outfits, people that looked good, and put it together. And I think that they were trying at one point to kind of, but then I didn't really see it. It kind of just died out, right?
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's, honestly, this is my case too. I feel like most people who are fight fans that are not casuals or who also train are not dressing in like in fire fits either though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, not to say, I don't think MMA is at a point in the sport where it is super expressive yet. Like, yes, you can be expressive through your gloves, but things are performance-based. So you're not gonna, it's like what's the biggest level of customization you see all the time is like
shorts.
People get custom winning gloves or shorts. Or if they work with a company and they're sponsored, they get custom gloves or custom headgear. But for the most part, and like you said, shorts. But you don't see like custom shin guards, people not painting on stuff, people not doing expressive
in the gym
gloves.
you will actually. In the gym you will. You'll see some guy, like, for a good example, I give you a guy like Philip Rowe. That's someone that you see in the gym, you know, very expressive, like has a ton of great personality, and he shows that through his gear, you know. So there are some people that want to, I believe, but I just don't, like you said, there's no platform for it.
So when I say, and that's what I say, so I don't mean people in particular, because obviously I think there's outliers in every case.
Yeah.
I just mean overall it's like a norm, right? So like I'll give you an example, right? Because I thought about starting an MMA brand for this reason. So you think about the norm, right? What uniform do fighters wear? And I'll compare it to other industries like basketball, right, where it's also like very expressive. People wear Venom, and then tap out was like a big thing for a while. There is no like cool MMA lifestyle brand that somebody could wear as a fit outside.
Young LA is trying.
They copy my shit, bro. They some shit that look just like ours. I'm not with that. But Young LA, they're more like a lifting brand, though.
But here's the thing. What I'm going to say is this, and this is it may be a little edgy or whatever, right? But I do, and I'm not going to try to like get into people's psyche or whatever, right? That's not what I'm trying to do when I ask you this, or when I say this, is that MMA, a lot of the culture of MMA is not really like a cool mainstream type of culture. Like, it's like wrestlers, and like, you know, when we was in school, or we went to school at least, like the wrestling dudes were like, you know, those guys, it's kind of like the nerdy dudes, or like the dudes that's some kind of cornball, like, you're not really into that. Like, they're wearing tights and singlets. We thought that was gay from where I grew up, right? So like, it's a different culture. It's in general, like the cool culture, like most of the basketball culture is very different from like the MMA culture, like
I would argue that back in the day. I don't think so now, though. I think with like the internet, you got so many casual fans that like fighting. Maybe like, okay, something as extreme as wrestling, sure. But think about it. Everybody in the hood watches street beefs. People watch boxing.
That's fair.
Even look at dudes like Gervonta Davis and what he's doing with Chrome Hearts.
But that's a whole different thing, though, because boxing culture, like for me growing up, right? It all depends. It's all like where you're from, right? And it's like,
even look at Muay Thai culture. That shit is swaggy as fuck.
Nah, but look. Muay Thai, when I was growing up, I was not presented the option to do Muay Thai. Muay Thai was more like, you know, you had to be on this side of the fence to be able to even have access to Muay Thai. You had to be on this side of the fence to be able to have access to jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Those things were expensive. Boxing, we had PALs. We all boxed because it's like, you can box. Boxing is free. It's a program. You just show up and you box, right? There's always going to be there. Those programs were always there for kids. So, and that automatically, that's where the cool comes from. Yeah. Like, no matter what anyone says, that's where all the trends come from. It's from black culture in, you know, those in those areas.
Yeah.
And then it goes mainstream, and then everyone else kind of hops on it. But that's where all the trends come from.
Well, so, and that's kind of so, and I understand that too. But that's kind of like where I kind of frame my, like, I won't say debate or like argument around. I feel like fight lifestyle culture not being so cool overall, because it's like, even though boxing is cool, and there are certain elements of boxing that are cool, there isn't like a cool lifestyle brand that represents like any of the sanctions of fighting that gives like the people who participate in the sport the ability to express themselves in a cool way. It's like I think boxing obviously is the most expressive, especially in the ring, because you can do custom shorts, you can customize your stuff. Everything is about like the fighter, especially when they fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, MMA is not the same way. It's like, yes, you can get fire gloves. Like Fairtex makes cool gloves. Winning makes cool gloves. Like they make all this type of cool gloves and headwear or whatever. But as far as like, it's like on the street, it's like you're gonna wear a Venom tracksuit. It looks like a Nike Tech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wear, it's like, then if it's like on a lifestyle basis, what are you gonna wear? A tap out t-shirt still?
Definitely not.
No, absolutely not. Or like what? It's like what? You're gonna wear a monster tee? Like there isn't anything in like the world of fighting that is like, okay, this is expressive. It's like, for example, like what Hypeland is for like an anime fan, where it's like, okay, this is a cooler version of like what we would usually make for stuff that was super cringe. You could only get at Hot Topic or Walmart. Now it's like, okay, a little more elevated, a little more of this. I can be an anime fan and I would wear this brand because it represents me. There isn't a brand like that in the MMA space for equipment or for just lifestyle stuff where it's like, oh man, like I can wear this outside the gym and people know I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
There is no like, if you know, you know. Like, it's like you throw him. It's like if I see somebody with Venom, I'm like, okay, I know he fights.
Yeah.
But Venom is not cool. You're not gonna throw. A Venom tee is not versatile enough for you to wear that shit in the club and people be like, oh, okay.
Oh, that
like,
shit hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think there is anything like that for MMA, which compared to like basketball. You remember when And One came out back in the day, right?
Yeah.
It's like And One was so groundbreaking, not because it like changed the nature of basketball. It just showed the side of basketball that people wanted to see. It's like people were playing basketball on the streets, just like fighting. People got the underground fight clubs. Niggas fight all the time everywhere. People in the hood fight. There is just no voice that's showing like that angle
That's
of
true.
it. You only see the UFC, but you hear people's story, like even your story. It's like you hear people's story and you're like, oh shoot, like you have this whole background that could be personified through a brand, but there is no brand that speaks to a kid who was like you, who was like a fighter, but had nothing to explain.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I feel like is harder for MMA is because fighting is such a universal language and it attracts so many different cultures. Whereas that And One was like, And One became black culture, in a way, right? In a way. Whereas fighting is so. It's so universal, right? That it can draw from any direction, you know what I mean? So it's hard to create a culture around it where it's like a singular culture because it's not. It's a melting pot.
Do you think so though? But I mean, like you look at basketball though, like And One didn't just have fans that were black though.
They had fans
of every.
But
yes,
primarily it was black.
Primarily black.
So if you look at like MMA now, MMA, think about it. It has like, for me, and for the average person, how MMA started, for like a average, I'm speaking from the average fan. When they see MMA, when people first found out that I did MMA, they just thought I was like into like the tattoos, the bald head, the skinhead shit, and like, well, not racist, but like, you know, like the heavy metal, fucking driving trucks, like that kind of stuff. Tap out. That was synonymous with MMA. You know what I mean? And today,
no, I know.
You know what I mean? But today, that's not what it is. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to break free from that because it already has that kind of stigma. And it is breaking away from that. But to now create a whole nother like culture around it, of like mainstream culture around it, it's tough.
Well, so this is my take on it though, just from like running and working with different brands. I don't think that every brand you make needs to include every culture though. I think what made N1 big back in the day, using them as an example, is the fact that they focused on one specific subset of basketball culture. Now basketball's for everybody. Basketball's played worldwide. You have anime that's about basketball. You have things that go on in China about basketball. There's so much things about basketball, but N1 decided to focus on like one aspect of basketball, which was like the underground street scene, right? There isn't anything like that for fighting, whether it be for like boxing, whether it be for, there's nothing for any of the silos of MMA. Because MMA is multiple sports. It's like you could make a wrestling brand, you could make a jiu-jitsu brand, you could make a Muay Thai brand. You could
But that's what makes it hard.
Nah, I think that's what makes it easier, but just nobody's done it. Because if somebody was like, it's like, okay, let's make it simple and say, hey, look, like, is there a boxing brand that's like a lifestyle
That's what I was going to ask you. I was literally going to ask you. So let me ask you this: is that how come there is no boxing brand that it's a lifestyle brand? And boxing has been around so much longer than MMA.
I mean, you could ask the same question with basketball. When N1 first came out, nobody had done it.
Yeah, but someone did it with and won.
Yeah.
So it's like, in boxing, why hasn't it been done in boxing at all?
Just nobody's done it yet. It ain't been me yet. So. But no, I just think like, I don't know, I think just I understand your point about the fact that MMA has so many different audiences and it's hard to capture that. But I think even to that same accord though, I think like, even though it has different audiences, what connects everybody is their love of fighting or the love of that culture.
Yes.
And I think what would make a brand really easy to be successful in that space is the fact that it's like, yes, not take advantage of the fact that everybody loves that, but because not everybody can be a fighter. So it's like, it's like creating a brand would say, hey, look, like, not only do I love fighting, but I also fight, or I'm a participant in this culture. The clothes is not a matter of like taking advantage of a consumer, but more so like giving a consumer a uniform to like represent what they like and self-express. Exactly. We just don't have that in MMA. And regardless if it's like the fact that it's in Brazil or anywhere else, I think like the fact that MMA is so diverse, it really is an advantage where it's like if somebody were to create a brand that like represent that, it's like you'd have so many different audiences because it's like you can play on like very country specific stuff. You can do things in different cities and places that really represent and work with a bunch of different fighters. Like you can really speak the language of different people. It's like I've thought about doing a brand like this myself. It's like imagine a brand come out and exist and it's like, all right, we're gonna do seminars with your favorite fighters. We're gonna do activations in the front, similar to how Fanatics does. When you remember how they did at Fanatics Fest? Imagine somebody came out and said, hey, look, like I'm gonna make a brand that's just so diverse and it speaks to everybody. You can wear it when you're fighting, you can wear it when you're not out. It's great basics. It's like it's just nothing different than a Nike Tech. Only thing is it's a Nike Tech for fighters, not New Yorkers or not basketball players or not anything. It's like when you wear this brand, it's like this is for the fight guy.
Fair.
I'm not gonna lie, the reason I feel like I know so much about that though,
is because you were like,
because I'm like considering seriously starting some shit like that. Because it's like you look at bro, you look at.
Well, jump in. What's the rude boy? You know what I mean? The rude boy joint.
We could
you
do
see,
that.
real quick before we move on to the questions that I have for you.
Oh yeah, the fits.
The fits. I need you to see these fits. Like, what do you give me? Rate that out of 10.
Usman. Sorry. Bro, I'm getting everybody's name wrong. They're gonna be like, this is not a fight fan. I mean, bro, I'll give this like a smooth like 7. It's just like not bad or not great. It's like he's in a suit with his shirt out.
Okay.
With some jewelry on. It's like, it's not bad.
But it's about the aura. It's about the aura, I guess. Like it's like the boldness to say, all right, I'm gonna wear this. You know?
Is wearing your shirt not out bold?
I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, in a situation like that. Like for instance, like you're on stage, you're on a big platform. It's just like, you know, I'm just not gonna wear a shirt.
But you have to wear no shirt when you're fighting, though.
Yeah,
that's why I don't think it's like. I don't think that's spectacular because it's like.
I'm not saying it's spectacular, but I'm saying it is kind of like it's bold.
It definitely is bold. It's like bold. Okay, like you the guy, you're that guy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And Usman's that guy. That's not a fit. He's wearing a t-shirt and shorts.
So now this is the Dapper Scrapper page, right? So we're just looking at what would be considered Dapper Scrappers. This is Cheeto Vera. I mean, Cheeto Vera actually, it is a terrible fit, but I will.
Bro has a bucket hat on.
Listen,
a tie-dye
let me tell you though. Cheeto Vera is probably one of the best. This doesn't do him justice.
2021. Okay, I get it.
Cheeto Vera is one of the best dressed.
Jeans, bro. Yellow crop skinnies with
that's rough. Hoodie. That's disgusting work.
Union 4s.
That's nasty work. But listen to me.
This is why I say MMA fighters can't dress because look at this shirt right here, bro.
Yo, that's a bad representation of Cheeto Vera.
My ass, bro. Cheeto got the same shit to him in his face, bro.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Bro,
Cheeto is one of the best dressed MMA fighters out there. On my list. If I had to put top 5, Cheeto Vera's on my list. This is a terrible representation of him. This was in 2021 before this motherfucker got a stylist or started dressing or whatever.
I thought they didn't have stylists.
I don't know, whatever he did. Whatever he did, I think that the best dressed people don't have stylists, but hey, that's just me. Name your top 5 best dressed MMA fighters.
I don't know because I don't pay attention to MMA for dressing.
Let me see. Conor, right? Conor always does pretty well.
It's like, bro, like even like looking at this shit, it's like, bro, like this is a Hawaiian t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, he's cooked.
He coming to Hawaii.
This
is not a good fit.
It's not a good fit.
And then it's like Conor, his style is the suits. So it's like, you can't knock that. That's just what he does.
But that's the whole point, right, of me even bringing this up is that I'm showing you, these is what's considered the Dapper Scrappers, right? It's like,
dusty scrappers.
It's not great. You know what I mean? This is early out of sign. You're like, it's not.
I mean, look, Izzy is a homie. I love you, bro. But goddamn, like that fit right there is trash. What? But Izzy dresses nice on a regular basis, but he just chill. Like he don't be doing too much. Fair. I feel like in order, like that's what I'm saying. I think for people to be considered like fashion people, that fit is trash, bro. That's a 1. You showed me like all 1s, bro. Let me pull out the NBA, let me pull out league fits, and I'll show you some fits.
All right, so now, watch this. Let me show you. I got one more fit for you.
It's like, this is why we need a brand to help people. Like, look, wear this. So I'll say like this. I seen you post this. You thought I was gonna, you trying to hide your name at first? Nah. I like that picture on Instagram. See, okay, so look, I'll give you this though. Let's break down your fit in comparison to like any of the other fits.
Yeah.
The reason why that fit is like better than everybody else is because you have size proportions that are different. Your shirt is fitting good. It's a little cropped. The pants are a little wider. It's not like you're wearing a crazy t-shirt. You're wearing accessories. You make the simple fit look nicer. You elevate it a bit versus Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje, sorry, wearing just a watch, a Hawaiian t-shirt, and dad jeans. My boy looked like he finna go pick his son up from soccer practice.
Listen, so now if you create a brand, right? If you create a brand and you're saying, hey,
Hawaiian t-shirt, that should have sold like hotcakes against the UFC fighters.
I'm gonna give you top 5. I'm gonna give you top 5 MMA fighters, I think. Top well-dressed MMA fighters that I think.
Okay.
Right?
Don't say Cheeto, bro.
Cheeto Vera's on the list.
I gotta get off this.
Cheeto Vera's on the fucking list.
Yeah.
Cheeto Vera's on the list. He has to be on the list.
Where's that tiny microphone? Shut this shit off.
Cheeto Vera has to be on the list. I'm telling you.
Worst?
Best dressed. What do you think about Cheeto Vera?
No, Cheeto can dress.
Cheeto could dress like a motherfucker. Have you? When last you seen
the fit that
Cheeto?
I'm looking at right now?
Don't worry about that fit. That was a bad representation of Cheeto. We ain't talking about that fit. That shit was terrible.
Shit, man. This one right here, it's gonna blow your socks off.
Yeah.
Who else? Let me see. Cheeto Vera. I think myself. I think Adesanya dressed well. I'm gonna put Usman. I'll put
Usman and Conor in there for sure.
I put Conor. That's more than 5, but I would also put Leon. I think Leon dresses well.
Leon dresses nice. I think maybe I just haven't paid enough attention to fighters because I don't.
But there's a few.
I don't see I don't look at MMA fighters as like style icons. So I'm not gonna. It's like if I'm gonna look at somebody for style, I'm gonna look at somebody I know understands good brands, understands how to wear certain stuff. Like I'm just not looking at a UFC fighter and being like, damn man, you got that shit on. Like I've never said that once. It's like even this, bro. It's like I guess it's on a day-to-day.
It's like
to the gym,
going to the gym. But I remember you were saying they're not gonna dress or going to the gym. That's Cheeto going to the gym.
Yeah, it's a cool. I guess this is much better than the first fit you showed me. Like this I can see where
this is Cheeto as of late. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Good and if you watch, it's like Cheeto as of late. This definitely looks better than that for sure.
That was early Cheeto. Nah, you ain't gonna come up here disrespecting my man Cheeto, bro. Nah, Cheeto can dress very, very, very well.
Yeah.
How'd you get in MMA?
Bro, I grew up doing Taekwondo, man. I think my mom, around the corner from where I grew up at in LA, there was a Taekwondo facility around the corner. My mom was just like, you need to go for discipline. And first class, I love that shit, I'm not gonna lie. I seen them breaking boards and sparring and doing shit like that. And after that, it was I was hooked. So that was my first introduction to that. Then when I was in college, I boxed a tiny bit just because it was a club at the school, and it was cool. Then obviously as an adult, my really good friend, Denzel Curry, he's a big rapper. He does Muay Thai, and he was always man, bro, he's like, I know you fucked around with Taekwondo and stuff like that. He's like, but I be doing Muay Thai. He's like, you need to come to this gym with me. So right before the pandemic hit, he brought me to this gym, Renzo Gracie, on Sunset in LA. And I was like, I'll come try it out. And I was like, damn, low key, I really like this shit. And I just kind of started doing it after that. What I like about MMA the most too, bro, is you really challenge yourself. It's you get better individually. I like individual sports. I've always grown up doing individual sports like tennis or some shit. So I don't know, for me, it's nice to be accountable to your own growth.
Yeah. That's fair. How's it treating you so far? How's training going so far, and how's the journey been?
Honestly, it's been really fire, bro. I mean, aside from the fact that I tore my calf and I wasn't able to train for a year, it's really nice. I like what I will say too, I like most about MMA as a community. I feel like everybody's so cool. I feel like because people be beating each other up, everyone's so nice.
Humble.
There's good friendships. It's humble. It's just, I don't know. I like it a lot, bro. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I say all the time. I mean, I said this shit to you literally this morning, bro. I don't know how you be in the UFC. Because literally every day this week I've been training, and that shit hard as fuck for me. So I can imagine that being my full-time job and just being sore all the time.
What people don't realize is that you're literally sore all the time. Most of the times you see me, most times we even just hanging out, I just don't speak on it, but I'm hurting. My body, I'm just sore. I'm always sore.
Last lap, I'm like, oh, bro, you want something to drink? Nah, man, my shoulder. I'm like, what up, Randy? He's like, yeah, bro.
And it's when people think it's oh, I'm broken down, my body's hurt. It's hurt. I'm just sore. Like I'm not like fucked up or like my joints are fucked up and I have arthritis and shit. That's not really. I'm good. I'm just sore from training. I'm just always sore, you know, because I'm always pushing my body, you know. Now that you train too, I mean, what fighter is there a fighter on the roster that you think that you could take? Do you ever had a moment where you look and you're just like, yo, I feel like I could beat?
fighter?
Yeah, you ever look at it? Because I feel like a lot of people do that. They feel like, yo, I feel like I could beat this dude up.
No, bro.
There's no fighter you think that you could beat?
Not a single fighter in the UFC that I think I could beat. Not
I love
a
that.
single fighter, bro. I know.
I love that. At least you're not delusional.
Bro,
you're not delusional.
I know how, bro. There are levels to fighting, bro. There are levels to fighting. It's like I feel like for me, I get in a street fight, I'm good. In my gym, there are certain people that I'm good against, and there's some folks like my coaches that be whooping my ass and they lose fights. They be getting in MMA fights and they lose. They be getting washed. And I'm like, okay, you're one of the best fighters that I know, and it's a nigga that's whooping your ass, and that nigga's not even top 100. So it's like, bro, it's like, I am like here. I got a PKB in me or whatever. Then you get dudes that are good at amateurs. Then you get a nigga that's like golden gloves. Then you get a nigga that's like pro. Then depending on
within the pros,
it's like, you got top 50, top 20. The top 5, bro, the difference between the top, bro, I used to play tennis, it's the same way. The difference between the top 20 guy and the top 5 guy is
it's a whole different ball game.
It's a different ball game, bro.
It's a whole different ball game, and
it's the reason why the same people be winning all the time. John Jones is the best for a long time because that nigga is actually good.
The best.
Bro. You're not just gonna come in and be like, I'm finna beat John Jones. That nigga is bro. Look at even, bro. Shit, I'm trying to think. Silva, bro, one of the GOATs, bro. That nigga was the best for a long time because he's actually great at what he does, bro. It's not an easy, like, you know, come in there and just think, bro, these dudes that are really good, bro, you see, nigga, did it with you. They play with you, bro. Shit's a joke to you when you somebody come in there, bro. I would never do that. Now, would I spar with them? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But do I think I'm gonna do anything?
Hey, listen, when we sparred, you did pretty good though.
Nigga, I didn't have no mouthpiece. I would have been a little different then. But hey, look, no way. I want to spar with like Wonder Boy and some other UFC fighters for like for a video. I feel like that'd be a fire like POV.
Were you gonna wear you would wear the fucking meta glasses or like the head camera or whatever? Damn, that's tough.
That'd probably be a fire like.
That would be.
Like just sparring with anybody. I'm hitting that up. Like, hey, look, tap me in, bro. He asked me if I wanted to spar MVP maybe like a year ago. He's like, oh, he's in LA. Do you want to like work out with him and spar with him? I'm just like, absolutely the fuck not, bro.
How am I supposed to? But you jumped at the chance to spar with me.
Well, I mean, bro.
I look like a bitch? That's like that? Why do you feel like you want to spar me?
You the homie, bro. You're not going to really beat my ass. Like, it'll be fun. We'll laugh about it, whatever. Like, you'll teach me some shit. MVP be dogging niggas on TV, bro.
So I don't be dogging niggas on TV?
Not like MVP, bro. You're a nice guy, bro. You come from the trenches, bro, so you value relationships. MVP, bro, be like embarrassing niggas. Like, I ain't doing that shit. No, Sirski, no.
Oh, man. So, my last question is,
you can imagine getting a fucking sidekick to my chest, bro?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
No.
And I can tell you this from experience. When you first start training, there's things that happen to you and shots that you take that just change you forever. I'm gonna tell you, like right now, one side of my chest is like bigger than the other side of my chest from a sidekick I took years ago when I first started training kickboxing. Never.
Oh, I thought you meant like change you, like, oh, like you just look at things a little differently.
Yeah, that too. But it also changed you physically. Like it just changed your body. Like it just swole up. I remember it just never went back down to the day. It just never went back down.
I swollen nipples for 10 years. Bro looked in the mirror, is like,
it's just like this is not proportionate anymore.
You doing one arm push to try to get that. He's like, oh, I'm swear they're gonna be the same size. I promise.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna get you one dumbbell. That's it, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. When you start sparring, like things, you get like a whole new perspective. And you're like, yo, this shit is actually fucking dangerous, man.
No, bro, the first time, let me tell you the story. So it was when I was in Taekwondo. It's not as intense as getting my like titty knocked off for life, but like. So look, the first time I ever sparred in my life was when I was in Taekwondo. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. Mm-hmm. I used to do like little competitions. I have medals from doing Taekwondo, right? First time I ever sparred, I remember that there was this kid in the gym. He was like a green belt, and I was like a yellow or orange belt or some shit like that. He was like green or about to be red or something like that, right? First day we sparred, I'm like sparring people that are my belts, and they're like, oh shoot, you should try to come to the advanced classes or whatever. So I'm like, okay, like I'll spar with this kid, right? They threw this little boy in there. I got a spitting back kick to my solar plexus. I never had the wind knocked out of me. I never had nothing. I feel like that was like one of them, like, at least for me at the time, was like, damn. I remember crying and sitting in the corner like, damn, I just got my ass whooped.
And it's like, it's super embarrassing. It's like, damn.
It's dumb embarrassing.
And you know what's wild is that, I don't know, after a while, I know like being embarrassed kind of just goes away. At least for me, like it's like, I don't have like, people are like, oh, that's embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Like I'll see you online, like little trolls and shit. Like if your fight doesn't go your way, it's embarrassing. It's like, it's embarrassing to you. Like to me, it's not really, and not that, you know,
Part of the game, bro.
it's a part of the game. It's like you become so humbled because it's like day to day. There's gonna be bad days. There's gonna be good days. So there's days where in the gym I may have a great day and I'm beating the shit out of everyone, right? And then there's a day,
bro. I've been there before. So you just wake up, you just like
everybody getting cooked.
Yeah,
it don't matter. Everybody's getting cooked. It don't matter who you are, you know. And then there's days where it's like shit, man. Like you're getting going. You feel sore. It's hard to get going. You know what I mean? And it's like you just have an even day where it's back and forth. You know what I mean? But there's days where you just completely just torch everybody. So it's like there's gonna be times where you're gonna get beat up. You're gonna have this today. You're gonna get, oh, you got caught with a shot, or you know, my leg got kicked hard today. Like that's just what happens, and you do that for years. Think about it, over 10 years, every single day. So now you think that I go up and I fight and I got punched, and it's like I'm looking around like, fuck, they saw me get punched. When you first start, you don't want no one to touch you. You want to be doing all the touching. So it's like you get punched or you get taken down or you get submitted or something. You're like, fuck. You know, it's embarrassing in the gym. But like you learn that in the gym, it's like everything goes, bro. You're going to have good days, bad days. Like, and these people are your friends, you know, so like there's no reason to be embarrassed in the gym. Maybe on a big scale, some wild shit happens. You know what I mean? But like there's no reason to be embarrassed in the gym for anything, you know? So that's really it. Anyway, what was it like coming to fucking New York from Cali?
Shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. New York is the best city in America, bro.
Talk to him, man. You heard it. This is somebody from Cali telling y'all that. Talk to him, man.
Bro,
talk to them, bro, because they don't know.
I have like an uncle that lives out here, right? His name is Kurt. Growing up, he'd always be like, man, you're gonna end up living in New York City. It's the best city in the world, blah, blah. You're a Cali boy, but you don't come out here. I'm like, nah, New York is trash. I'll tell you what made me come to New York City one time, bro. I came out here last summer with Billy during Fashion Week, and there was a block party in Brooklyn.
On the street? On
the street, bro. It was one of them Sunday block parties. I promise to God, bro, I've never seen so many beautiful, nicely dressed women in my life. Then when you talk to them, they have conversations and interests and passions and shit. I was like, and jobs. Compared to LA,
jobs.
I was like, bro, if this is what y'all see every day, I need to move.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, honestly, bro, New York just has a different energy. Everybody's hustling, everybody's working, people cool, they social. LA, I just feel like, especially compared to like other cities, it's like you drive around a bunch, you don't talk to people very much, people not really on shit. It's just like the same old Joneses. Just the energy in New York is different.
And it's such a melting pot. It really is. It's such a melting pot of so many different cultures, and it gives you what I love about New York, and what I just love about the big cities like this. It gives you perspective.
Yeah.
Like, cause a lot of people from where they're from, they have one perspective, and so they're hell bent on that, and they're opinionated that this is what it is, and you can't change it. In New York City, you get to see everyone's perspective, and everyone has a different walk of life, and you get to understand everyone's angle. So you really are more receptive to what everyone has going on. You know what I mean? And I love that. Yeah. So New York is where it's at, man. So we got UFC 311. We got Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. I mean, Arman Tsarukyan is just a tank of a man. The dude is just, he's good everywhere, zero weaknesses. He puts on an incredible pace. His grappling is amazing. Makhachev, what's there to be said? We all know he is the current reigning, defending lightweight champion. And dude, he seems to just be getting better and better. Amazing grappling. It's gonna be tough because they both grapple really, really well. But we've seen in their first fight that Arman gave Makhachev one of his hardest fights out there, right? And I do think that he can probably do it again. And this time he's felt him. They both felt each other. So maybe he can make the adjustments. He looks really good. I've seen him in his other fights. He seemed to be developing really, really good. In this fight, this time I'm gonna go with Tsarukyan. I'm gonna take Tsarukyan to beat Islam in this one. What do you think?
I'm going Makhachev, bro.
I'm going Makhachev. It's hard to go against him.
I think he's just been looking so good lately, honestly. Like, I think Tsarukyan, he's a great fighter also too, but I don't know, man. I'm going Makhachev. I feel like I don't know. You just don't bet against him.
It's hard. It's hard to go against him. It is. I get it.
I think it'll be a great fight nonetheless, for real. I'm hoping we see a lot of stand-up. I mean, they're both great wrestlers. They're both great. They both have great ground game, so I'm hoping it really comes down to the stand-up.
I think we're going to see, they both believe in their grappling so much, I think that we're just going to see them dive into it. They're both just going to be twisty, turning, non-stop action. No one's going to be settled on the ground, and they're going to be, whoever can end in better positions is going to win this fight.
Yeah.
For the co-main event, we got Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov, the cousin of Khabib Nurmagomedov. This guy seems to have zero weaknesses. The guy's good everywhere, stand-up and grappling. This is a tough one for me. I mean, full disclosure, Merab is the homie, so I'm a little biased, but I would love to see Merab get it done. That's what I'm leaning. I want to see Merab get the job done, but Nurmagomedov is just so good. Merab can grapple, and if I'm being like really just objective, Merab is not really great at holding people down. He can take them down, but he can't keep them down. This guy could take you down, keep you down, and not only that, he's a better striker than Merab, which scares me. So I think that he could get the job done. I'm going on Nurmagomedov to beat Merab.
Yeah, honestly, for me, that's an easy pick. I think Nurmagomedov got it. You already know he's gonna have a great corner also too. I just feel like they just have too much experience, really.
You think the corner has something to do with it during the fight?
Well, I don't think so much of the corner during the fight, but I just think as far as like advising and preparing for the fight, and then having that amount of experience around you that just kind of can advise you, because they're like you said, they're similar fighters, but exploiting one another's weaknesses. You said styles make fights, so I definitely think I'm going to Nurmagomedov for me.
That's fair. All right. Well, there you have it, y'all. Those are our picks for UFC 311. You know, we had Jordan Bentley in here today, you know what I mean? And gave us a good perspective on fashion and fighting and the correlations of fighting and fashion. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. Before you go, I got one more thing.
What?
So we do this thing, we got proverbs. You know, I always got to squeeze in some Jamaican something in there some way, somehow. And we do these proverbs, and I want to give you a proverb. I want to hear you say it. And I want you to guess what it means and kind of translate it and see if you can get it. It's in patois. Yeah, so you're going to have to. We're going to switch it up and get a different kind of flow and put it on the patois thing, you know what I mean? So let's see if you can do it. You ready?
You're.
What the fuck was that? All right, so. A lot of mercy. It's a lot of mercy. All right, so the proverb goes, hard as Pickney, Nam Rockstone. I'll tell you one more time, right? Hard as Pickney, Nam Rockstone. Go ahead and repeat that for me.
Audience picnic, Nam Rockstone.
All right, slow it down. All right? Hard.
Oh,
Hard ears Pickney.
Hard ears Pickney.
Nam Rockstone.
Nam Rockstone.
So that's hard ears. Pickney means kids, right? Hard ears Pickney. Eat rock stones. Right?
What? Bro, that's what you just said to me just
now?
now?
hard, like, so hard of hearing, hard ears. Pickney, kids, hard of hearing kids, eat rocks. All right? So that's the proverb. So I want you to tell.
Is that like bad kids get cold for Christmas kind of thing?
Kind of. So like, what would you, basically, so yeah, how would you like explain that? Like kind of
like if you don't listen, then there's punishment as a result of it then.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like hard as
Bro, you gotta give me something harder than that.
I mean,
man.
I had to break it down.
I mean, you had to break it down because I didn't understand what you were saying, bro. There's no way you just said that in English just now.
Hard as Pickney, Namrock Store.
Bro, okay, let me ask you this.
Did you know it's a different language, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn.
It was a dialect. Recently, it was the whole thing, there's this whole thing around it. Oh, Patois was not a different language, it's English. And it was like.
No, it's not English.
It's English. It is English. It's broken English. But it's like, it's just a dialect.
Audience pick me, Rockstone. That is not English.
It's English, but now what happened is, now it's on Google Translate, so it's officially a language now.
So
I think it's officially a language.
So it's on Google Translate. I'm pulling out Google Translate now, and you can say that right now and go see what that says. So hold on.
And it'll tell you. Because like, if something's on Google Translate, then it's a language, right? Technically. No, it would have to be a language.
It ain't look, voice translation isn't available for this language. Even Google can't understand y'all niggas, bro.
Look, So, but that's a proverb. So you can't type a proverb in. If you type a proverb, then it's like, proverbs are supposed to be like fucking
mystery.
You know? Yeah, it's like
a Sasquatch.
Yeah, there's a Sasquatch. It's supposed to be like.
It's like Bigfoot.
It's supposed to be mystical, like fucking, you know?
It's like, ooh, Omnius pick me in that box stone. It's like some Indiana Jones shit. It's like that's what they say on the fucking rock. It's like
like when you die. You know, like when you die in Call of Duty. You remember when you play Call of Duty campaign mode and you die, and then it comes up. It's like a fucking proverb or like some fucking saying or like yeah. When you die, you don't know that.
Wait, that proverb comes up in Call of Duty?
Not that one, but I'm saying like. Pissing me off. Last one. Chicken Mary, hawk not denier. Chicken, the chickens are merry, so the hawk is not near.
Chickens are married?
Merry, like they're happy. The chickens are like having a good time, which probably means the hawk isn't near.
Are you saying, is that ignorance is bliss? Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, ignorance is bliss. That's a good guess, but kind of like, all right, well, you know, ignorant is bliss. That's a good one. There we go.
Come on, bro. I'm Jamaican now. Give me my Patron card.
I mean, you got the hair. You got the hair for it.
Lord have mercy. Have you ever seen Half Baked before?
I did see Half Baked. Half Baked with the dog?
No. Half Baked is like the Dave Chappelle movie.
Man, he had a dog. Killer.
Kill.
But
no, the favorite part about that movie is when he's with Samson. He's like the plug and he has a Jamaican hat on. He's like, what part of Jamaica are you from? He's like, right near the beach. A lot of mercy.
That's you.
That's the funny shit. He was like, you're not Jamaican? He's like, I'm Jamaican. Otherwise, why would I have this hat? Jamaican hat. All right, guys, and that's a wrap. This is Tiny Octagon with my co-host, Randy Brown. I'm Jordan Bentley. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We out.